Hi, good day to all of you. I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing amazing, and um, I hope everybody's life's going good, and you guys are all doing great with in the new year. I hope we are all keeping up with our at least one of our New Year resolutions because I did not have any resolutions this year because I've never been following any of those in any of the years that I ever thought of keeping a resolution. मैं इस बार से I'll be punctual and then I'll eat healthy, I'll exercise and kind of things are just like they're just it's just a satisfaction to you that हाँ मैंने भी एक resolution रखा है, but then it never worked out for me. So I did not even think about a resolution this year, and I think staying without friends, no one asks you about a resolution. Honestly, your family never asks you because you really know them, they know you really well, and they might really know that there's no use of asking her something like that because she's not going to have one, or if she even has one, she's not going to follow that. So I'm not really sure how you all guys are doing well. Very few determined and great willed people, I am sure, will be doing great with your resolution, especially some people who might think to hit the gym, eat healthy, stop junk, and be a little more disciplined in life, or be a little more productive in your schedule, or learn a little more of sleeping early, kind of. Yes, very good. Waking up a little more early and kind of things. So hats off to you people, whoever actually had a resolution or even did not have a resolution but actually started with a good habit, just just like that, and who is consistent. Really great job to them, because I really cannot, I haven't this year at all even thought about a resolution or anything to change like that. um, Improvement is really required. Self love is really required, and I truly believe in that we are supposed to love ourselves really well, because if not us, then who? Like, if we do not love ourselves, then who's going to love us? Because earlier it was thought so, ऐसे सोचते थे लोग कि you know जब हम किसी से प्यार करते हैं, घर वालों हो सकते हैं, फ्रेंड्स हो सकते हैं, आजू बाजू वाले लोग हो सकते हैं, रिलेटिव्स, और आर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, और एनी बडी लाइक फॉर दैट मैटर, और योर पार्टनर, और किड्स फॉर दैट मैटर. सो ऐसे सोचा जाता था कि जब हम हमारे किसी लोगों से प्यार करते हैं तब हम एक अच्छा ह्यूमन बीइंग है, तब हम अ सोशल ह्यूमन बीइंग है. दैट इज़ हाउ यू आर क्लासिफाइड एज गुड पर्सन. बट lately, I think it's been a few years now that there's a lot of study, there's a lot of talk, I would say, a lot of vocal conversations, not only books and stuff, but people are posting on social media, they're talking about this topic very much and putting out quotes and so many other things. Some people are writing poetries and some people are actually doing it practically in their lives. And the term is the term is self-love. So I think it is very important. Honestly, there are two parts to it. When I talk about this to my mother earlier, when I spoke to her about this, now I being a little different creature in totality, I have a little. Everybody's unique, definitely, but I've been a little out of the box, you could say, in my parents' language, especially my mother's language. She might say that. I'm a little out of the box. I'm a little weird kid from my childhood. So I've been hearing this since I was a kid, and I'm so used to this compliment or comment that people pass, that why she's so different, why she's not like others, why she's why she's got different choices, why she's not trying to fit into the normal norms of the kid kid definition that you have. But I was never like that. I was never comfortable. I always did things that made me feel better whenever I had a chance, I would say. Now, when I went to school and all, you cannot definitely not say that I'm not comfortable with this uniform, so I want to change my school, I want to change my uniform. So, those are things that you abide by because you do not have an option, and you just go by, you do your homework, you study well, and kind of things. Okay. But then I think in the case of making friends or talking to someone, conversing, or getting into a group, introducing yourself and kind of things, I was a very introverted person earlier, and now I think I've changed a little. I think I've just, I would say, seasoned. That is the best word. I've just, you know, molded myself, or I can say, I think accustomed myself to the situations around and how I'm supposed to be. Or it's not like I'm trying to be someone just for the sake of being, but like when you're in an office and really do not want to talk to anyone, that is not going to be right. That's not going to work. I have to literally talk about things. I have to converse with people. They might be in a mood to say hi, hello, and I might not be in a mood. But then you have to be a social being, right? When you're in a public place or in a place where you are with someone, you have to work in a team. So if you study a course offline and you're in the class, or you are in an organization working in a team, you have to behave in a certain way. समझ लो एक कैब आ रही है आपको पिकअप करने के लिए, you don't really want to talk to any person who's sitting in the cab. You might not even know them, and you do not want to converse with anyone, but still at least when you get in and we look at each other's face, you at least give pass a smile, just a formality smile, but then at least you do that. So these things are basic etiquettes that are expected out of you, and not me, not anyone can skip that for an easy matter. If you just want to keep your life easy and just don't want to be a topic of discussion for others all the time, or you don't want to create controversies kind of stuff, then I think that is how you live. And that is just pretending sometimes, most of the times I would say, because that's not me naturally, like trying to be uh, when I'm like not in the mood, and then you still have to smile and it's like, hey, hi, how are you doing, and kind of things. It's not something that I enjoy doing, but I think we all need to do that, right? So yeah, okay, let's skip that part. And it was not something that I was trying to say this day. What came to I came across a video today, which the lady who was speaking in the video, she spoke about something really very different, I would say, or some practice that I've never seen before. People have spoken about taking a break and giving, like, rewarding yourself, and gifting yourself with something, and um, doing something that you like. You could say incalculating, or sorry, inculcating one of the hobbies, or something good for yourself, and many things like that. But I've never seen something that she said today. This was her topic, was about self-love, self-care, and she mentioned 7 points. uh, I think 7 points, yeah. And that was for each day, like 1 point for each day, one task for each day. And it was related to, I would say, what is it? A kind of a challenge, 7 days challenge. I did not understand why that was the case, but that is how it was in the video that she spoke about. And that challenge, there were many things, like you reward yourself, you do something that you like, you look in the mirror and you appreciate yourself. And what else was the stuffs? I mean, she mentioned doing something that you like someone likes gardening, so spend a little more time in. Oh yeah, dress up was another one that you like to. You're rushing to office every day. Yeah, समझ लो आप you're wearing a sari or something like that. So you're just draping and you're running. So you really do not have the time to like look at yourself in the mirror, look, observe or admire how beautiful you might look. You are actually looking in that sari and then compliment yourself and all that stuff. So you might not have that thing. Journaling, very important. Gratitude journaling, very much talked about these days, that you need to be grateful about what all you have in life, and what all others might not have. And then when you look at them, you really realize that, yeah, you're so lucky that you have that. So that is something that she mentioned, gratitude journaling. She had mirror, look at the mirror, appreciate yourself, look at your external good things. You can say that your eyes are beautiful, you can see that your skin is flawless, you might know that you have a beautiful nose, and maybe your lips are very pink, and you might have beautiful hair, or whatever that could be, or anything in your body other than that. um, Maybe you have a very beautiful posture, or you have very proportionate figure to your body, or anything for that matter, or you're very fair, or people like the glow on your skin, or could be anything. So that was one. The other one was gratitude journaling. Third thing was being affirmations, talking good things to yourself, not thinking anything negative कि यार मैं तो उल्लू ही हूँ, मैं तो ऐसी ही रहूँगी, मेरे साथ ऐसी है, मेरे तो नसीब फूटी हुई है. And all these things are like very I think common in most of the people who like blaming you know fate and kismet, and then यार situation ही ऐसी था, मेरे साथ ही क्यों ना था, why me all the time, and all kind of things. So people are very much used to saying things like that, and mostly blaming someone else or the situation for that matter. And so affirmations to yourself, like, you're really pretty, you're really doing so well, you've been so strong all this while, and you've faced a lot of hardships in your life, you have had a lot of breakups in the sense not necessarily कि romantic ही हो, but कोई भी हो सकता है, दोस्तों के साथ या फिर professionally things didn't go well, some teammate didn't talk well with you, स्कूल में किसी के साथ झगड़ा हुआ, या फिर आप वर्क प्लेस में हो या घर पे किसी के साथ झगड़ा, so breakthroughs, breakups होते रहता है here and there. You might get into disagreement with yourself as well. कल मैं ऐसे सोच रही थी, आज मैं ऐसे सोच रही हूँ. So sometimes some people may not be able to like accept it. Some people may not be able to, I would say, digest that fact that yesterday I said something else, today I'm saying something else. So it's okay. You change. It's fine. So it's acceptance. I would say the point that she didn't mention in her video, I would say, is acceptance. That I would say is very important. If you cannot accept yourself, doing anything else wouldn't make any difference. Like, you're very affirmative of yourself, but you can only talk about your good points, and you're not okay with your bad points, and you're not willing to change, you're not willing to accept, you're not willing to acknowledge that point. तो फिर क्या ही मतलब हुआ? आप बस अच्छा ही सोच रहे हो, मेरे बाल बहुत अच्छे हैं, माई स्किन इज़ वेरी ग्लोइंग, बस इतना ही, एंड यू हैव लाइक थोड़ा टेढ़े मेढ़े आँख, या फिर तुम्हारे दांत ऊपर नीचे. You're not okay to accept yourself. You're always shy. You cannot openly smile in front of people. You cannot, maybe you have a very rough voice. Now I have a very manly voice, and I've been teased, or uh, I can picked on for this thing all my life, like all my childhood. People have spoken to me when someone calls, and then you're attending a call, maybe from the bank, or your credit card or loan or something like that, and people might like, hello sir, and this is, I'm like so used to this. But um I don't know, and my name is also a little uncommon in the place that I live. So एंड पीपल ऑलवेज हैड दिस थिंग, यार ये कैसा टूटा हुआ नाम है, ये कैसा छोटा सा नाम है, ये कैसा इनकम्प्लीट नाम है. दिस इज़ द मोस्ट कॉमनली सेड थिंग अबाउट माई नेम. सो आई ऑलवेज यूज टू थिंक, यार, I mean, someone named me. It could be my grandparents, my parents, auntie, uncle, कोई पुजारी और जो भी हो, someone named me, and I'm just carrying that name along with me, like as my identity, or as my unique stuff. Without me presenting my face or my body there, this is my identity, right? So उसमें आप ये बोल सकते हो कि अनोखा नाम है, यूनिक है, हमने कभी सुना नहीं, दैट्स फाइन. बट व्हेन पीपल से इट्स सो इनकम्प्लीट, some people even said that it's funny. So I was like, okay, fine. How am I supposed to be, taking care of that? I cannot change my name just like that because you find it funny, right? So as a kid, definitely I used to feel a little odd about it. Voice again, people used to tell me, and कितना manly voice है, you really sound like a man. कभी गलती से भी ऐसा लगता नहीं कि that you're a female in any way, because you have such a low registered voice, and it's so hard, like it's so manly. अच्छा नहीं लगता बात करने को, या फिर आप बात करते हो तो हमें समझ में नहीं आता है. So I've always been picked on, I would say, always spoken about. Definitely not in a positive way. No one said that, yeah, you have got a very strong voice, you've got a very bold voice, you've got a nice voice. No one said that to me until I grew up and I accepted myself, and I said, I love my voice. Yeah, actually, I've got such a unique voice, and this is so fantastic. I just love my voice and my name and everything about me. I just love myself, and I have accepted myself 100%, and which is not really easy, I'll tell you, with all the kind of flaws. I'm sorry. So yeah, name and voice have been always criticized, and my choices have been different. My thought process have been different. My logics have been totally different. So I've always been criticized for that part. Here, you're not like the others. That was the only thing that I heard. Okay, it was not about whether I had the logic, whether I spoke sense, whether I'm disturbing someone, whether it is affecting someone. That was never the thing. It was always about, why not like the others? Why is it different? Why is it weird? Why you are so, out of the box? Why you have to behave like so different? Why you're trying to be different? I was like, man, I mean, honestly, why would I try to be different? It is so difficult to actually swim against the stream. Why would someone really want to be different just to get attention? I mean, वो ज़माने में तो वैसे भी नहीं था कि I would say कि आज के ज़माने में लोग ऐसे they make this noisy bikes, they remove the silencer, make a lot of irritating voice, and then noises, and then गाड़ी चलाते हैं लोग, बोलते हैं कौन है ये पागल. So people are still happy, you still get attention, they're happy with it. पीपल लाइक गो zigzag with the बाइक, या हवा गिरते हैं, लोगों को ठोकते हैं, एक्सीडेंट होते हैं, लोग चिल्लाते चमाट मारते हैं, एंड स्टिल पीपल आर हैप्पी बिकॉज दे गेटिंग अटेंशन. Social media, don't have to talk about it, everybody knows that people do shit, they comment nonsense, they create reels which are like no sense kind of, and still they're getting attention, they're happy about it. People talk, people give you shitty comments, and then people are still happy about it because at least you're getting the attention. So वो ज़माना वैसे था भी नहीं कि आई विल डू समथिंग ग्रेट एंड देन पीपल विल नोटिस मी एंड देन आई बी लाइक हीरो, एकदम प्रिंसेस बन जाऊंगी. नो, नो वे, इट वाज नॉट लाइक दैट एट ऑल. बट I've been told that all the time, like, why you're trying to be different in order to get attention, and this is not going to get you, become great, and then I don't know why you're doing this, and why can't you just be like your sisters and all. So my cousins are like all good girls, definitely, and they're all really good girls. So I'm just this one bad girl kind of person, or you can say one different weird manly woman in the lot. So I was always told, why you're not like the others. So I never had an answer. I always used to get angry, man. What crampy questions you've got to ask. Like, what the shit? I mean, if I ask them why you're not like my this auntie and that auntie is not like this uncle, and then kind of things, then will it really match? If अगर कोई टीचर ने मुझे पूछा होता कि यार why you're like this, तो मैं अगर उनको पूछूँगी, समझ लो for an example, this is just an example. If a maths teacher would ask me, why you're so different, why you're like this. So if I ask her, like, why are you like this, I like the geography teacher so much and she's so good, and why are you like this, so grumpy, so you know नेगेटिव एंड ऑल, तो आपको कैसे लगा होता? अब मैं तो आई वॉज लाइक किड, सो फिर आप ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछते तो मुझे कैसे फील होना चाहिए? जस्ट इमेजिन टुडे आई हैव द गट्स टू लाइक से दैट आई एम लाइक दिस एंड आई एम फाइन अबाउट इट. लाइक इफ यू रियली डू नॉट लाइक, देन आई वुड रिस्पेक्टफुली आस्क यू टू लाइक मेंटेन डिस्टेंस विथ मी, एंड आप आपके दुनिया में कुछ रहो और मैं अपनी दुनिया में. बट एट दैट टाइम did not have an option. We are only conversing and communicating and meeting people whom you have to meet daily and for a purpose, like teachers, your रिक्शा वाले अंकल, या फिर रिक्शे में बैठने वाले दूसरे बच्चे लोग, या फिर कोई दुकान में जहाँ पे आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स या स्कूल एकेडमिकल स्टफ्स के लिए जो सामान लेने जाते हैं, या फिर तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स, या फिर कोई रिलेटिव्स या आजू बाजू के अंकल आंटी, बस दैट्स इट. सो दैट इज़ ऑल you meet, and then when you have to hear things like this from them almost daily or very regularly, it's disgusting, honestly, I'll tell you. It's very disheartening for a kid to have that, but I think I took it boldly. I did not know then कि आगे जाके सेल्फ लव वाला टॉपिक बहुत ही गंभीरता में डिस्कशन में आएंगे, एंड पीपल विल लाइक टॉक ग्रेट अबाउट इट, एंड देन दे ऑल विल नो एक्सेप्टेंस क्या होता है, सेल्फ एक्सेप्टेंस बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है, एंड देन सेल्फ लव इज़ बिग एंड ऑल. ये तो मुझे कभी अंदाज़ा भी नहीं था. आई डिड नॉट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट इट, बट I was always like that. I always stood by myself, and I think that is why today I am in the situation that I am. Like, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, and whatever loss or whatever profit or gain, or I have no fame and people might think I'm stupid, still that's okay. I'm not achieving anything great. Like, मैंने PhD कर लिया FMS space में, जाके I saw the stars and moon and came back and all. No, I might have not acquired anything great that I can write in a book or maybe keep it in a certificate, but I'm happy the way I am. I'm like cool, I'm happy, and I think you know it's not about doing something great, doing something different. I like things, I like doing it differently. Like, I have my own version. I'm not trying to do it differently to have that attention. No, I'm not doing it for attention, or that I'm not an attention seeker just like that, because I am an introvert still. I know I do not behave like that. People who know me personally might not agree to this. They might think, यार she's so cool and हर किसी से जलप हो जाती है, ऐसे ही दोस्ती कर लेती है, किसी से कहीं पे भी बड़बड़ कर लेती है and all that stuff. I'm not like that. Actually, I'm not like that. I'm not pretending. I have that version of me when I come out in the public, when I be in the crowd and kind of things. But I am actually a very introverted person. I like sitting and observing people, just giving a smile and then let people pass without talking much or trying to interfere or like gel up with that conversation. I just like sitting quiet in the corner and observing people. Again, many people might not know that about me. I think my parents wouldn't know that about me, because that's not how I represent myself usually. So yeah, this is only a fact that I know. But if you're talking about self-love, so I definitely love myself a lot, and I think I urge everyone to love yourself, because यार honestly खुद को तुम प्यार नहीं करोगे तो और क्या कौन ही करेगा. There was one quote when we used to write this on the board when we were in school, when kiddos were very chota, and you know that God helps them who helps themselves. मुझे पहले ऐसा लगता था क्या बकवास है यार, मैंने it doesn't even really make sense. That was one quote which actually gave me the thought process that God helps them who helps themselves. तो भाई then why do we say that we have to help each other? आजू बाजू के बच्चे लोग को मदद करो, तुम्हारे फ्रेंड्स है तो मदद करो, बाजू वाले को अगर खाने को नहीं हो रहा तो उसको पैसे दो, फिर खाना खिलाओ या फिर एनिमल्स को हेल्प करो, ये सब क्यों बोलते हैं? तो गॉड इज़ हेल्पिंग ओनली दोज पीपल हु आर हेल्पिंग देमसेल्व्स. Then it was like a kind of puzzle for me कि मतलब that doesn't match the logic that we um, try to use outside and whatever we are talking here in this quote, and that it doesn't match. But बाद में या फिर बहुत टाइम बाद I actually realized that that is about self-love. When you help yourself, when you care about yourself, when you prioritize yourself, when you um, place yourself in front of everything, and then you choose yourself. Very importantly, when you choose yourself with others, without others, before others, whatever, I would just say not after others. अंडर द सिचुएशन की सब होने के बाद अगर चांस है तो मैं हूँ, सब लोग होने के पीछे अगर जगह है तो मैं खुद को, नो, you choose yourself first. I have learned that in a very, very, very difficult way. Been abandoned, dumped, had breakups, and friendship may I'm talking about. Because breakup is always associated with romantic things, and I don't want to get into that line. So I'm just telling you, like, just mentioning it for the people who might not know me much, and definitely we do not know much personally about anyone for this for in this generation. Everybody's busy in their own reels and in their own phones. So, and definitely, so my point is like, I've had a lot of heartbreaks, honestly, in any point. If you see professionally, personally, relationship wise, family में भी होता है यार. I mean, it just happens. Everybody cannot behave in the same way like you wish them to treat you, or you might not be able to treat them the way they want you to treat them. So it happens. So heartbreaks तो बहुत सारे हुए हैं. वैसे देखा गया तो I would say, do not let yourself down. Whatever happens, like, it's not that you should not have self-realization. It's not that you should not look at yourself and realize that you have committed mistakes, you have flaws. Never think of yourself as a perfect person, like I'm 100% perfect and मैं जो भी बोलूँ वही सही है and I know everything. It's everybody's after me. No. When I say place yourself first and choose yourself first, it means that you need to choose yourself to love yourself first, not in the way that you claim that other people are foolish, or you उनको अपनी जगह दिखाना कि you guys are not worth anything, I know everything, तो मैं जो बोल रही हूँ वही सही है, I am so educated, I work in this position, or I have this kind of degrees in my hand, so when I say something that means everything, I have more knowledge, I am practically into it. No, it's not like that. A daughter can also tell a mother what kind of period pains, what is period pains. Now, honestly, speaking, like, I have that kind of experience. Now, the pain that I experienced, or I experience still, my mother never had that kind of pain. She's been lucky to get through it easily, much easier than I did. Now, when she might talk about the pain of delivery, normal delivery हो या फिर cesarean हो, जो भी हो, to give birth to a child, I might not know that because I've never been through it, right? I can only imagine कि भाई क्या होता होगा वो, and I still cannot get anywhere closer to it to know what exactly that could be, how it might feel. So there are many things that your parents might not know, and you might know better because generation is different, struggle is different, and struggle is real. It doesn't mean that they ate more food than you, they lived years more than you. It doesn't mean മലയാളത്തിലൊരു ചൊല്ലുണ്ട്, ഞാൻ നിന്നെക്കാട്ടും കുറേ കൂടുതൽ ഓണം ഉണ്ടാവണം. So that doesn't matter in every sense. It does matter in matter of experience, but your experience and my experience are totally different now. पहले पहले क्या होता था ना, जनरेशन पूरा सभी लोग एक ही पैटर्न फॉलो करते थे. ये एज में पढ़ाई करो, फिर उसके बाद तुम जॉब देखो, फिर उसके बाद तुम्हारी शादी होती है, फिर तुम्हारा बच्चा होता है, फिर तुम उनको पालन पोषण करते हैं, फिर उनकी पढ़ाई होती है, फिर उनका जॉब लग जाता है, then they get married, they have kids, then that cycle goes round and round, and it's very much similar to most of the people, and less divorces. Most of the people, definitely everybody gets married, hardly किसी का नहीं शादी होता है and all that stuff. तो इट्स वेरी कॉमन, आई वुड से. अनकॉमन थिंग्स बहुत कम होते थे उस समय में, या फिर एटलीस्ट पता चलते तो कम थे. लाइक हुआ होता होगा, पीपल माइट फील ऑड कि मैं बाहर बताऊँ तो आई माइट बी दैट वन रॉन्ग पर्सन, वन ऑड पर्सन हु इज़ लाइक डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी एंड काइंड ऑफ थिंग. So I think today's generation has a lot of things which are uncommon to the older generation. You might have your own different experience which is like never imaginable. Like कभी तुम्हारे parents को सोच भी नहीं सकते थे ऐसे कुछ भी होता है, because peer pressure, um, corporate politics. How would your parents know about all these things, right? They wouldn't definitely know. So these kind of things are there now. People who are more into fashion, people who are more into competitive exams or competitive stuffs, like even sports ले लो या फिर indoor games ले लो या कुछ भी हो जाए. So arts and crafts as well. So anything that is competitive, so then our parents didn't know much of competition, as much as we have now. And people are so weak nowadays, they are just because many people, I see today's kids, today's generation, mm, ending lives just like that, as though it never mattered to live till this date. ऐसे भी नहीं है कि यार you couldn't think of your parents. They gave birth to you, पाला पोसा बड़ा किया, पढ़ाई करवाया, खाना खिलाया, ये किया वो किया, ख्याल रखा, आप बीमार पड़े तो आपके साथ दिए. Not only that, I would say, you have also struggled, right? Each and every small thing that you struggled with, each and every victory that you might have had, each and every obstacle that you might have crossed and passed and reached this place wherever you are right now, any age for that matter. तुम 5 साल के हो, तुम 15 साल के हो, 25, 35, 45, 55, any kind of age, you have crossed some of the other hurdle which is in your memory. Like when दिमाग आने के बाद तो कुछ ना कुछ तो स्ट्रगल किया होगा आपने. एग्ज़ाम में लिख रहे थे, निब टूट गया, पेंसिल का निब टूट गया, इंक लीक हो गया, इरेज़ करके पेपर फट गया. फिर मैं सप्लीमेंट लेने वाला था तो टाइम मैनेज नहीं हुआ, पेपर लेके चले गए टीचर, सप्लीमेंट ले नहीं पाए. सो मेनी स्मॉल थिंग्स एज वेल विच इट इज़ टू काउंट फ्रॉम द बेसिक ऑफ स्ट्रगल एंड टू एनीथिंग दैट कुड काउंट अप टू emotional trauma, mental trauma, physical issues, बीमारियाँ, financial issues, man, that could be to any person. I would say anyone can struggle from financial issues. So many things. And I would say struggle is real. Every age has its own struggle, every generation has their own struggle, every human being, every living being has its own unique and particular struggle. So there is no point in underestimating or overestimating oneself to say that I know, tujhe kya pata hai. Doesn't make sense. Honestly, doesn't make sense, guys. Please do not underestimate someone, especially it could be parents or even kids saying that आपको क्या ही पता था, हमारे जनरेशन में क्या है, या फिर पेरेंट्स मोस्टली सेइंग दैट उस टाइम पे हम नदी पार करके स्कूल जाते थे, हम इतने किलोमीटर चलते थे, एंड ऑल. दैट इज़ योर स्ट्रगल. Kids today also have their own struggles, so please try to respect each other's issues and struggles and happinesses and trends and choices. It's very difficult to understand and to get acquainted with each other, but at least we can try. Not a big deal to give a shot to it, to because it's your own family, it's your own society. हमको इन्हीं के साथ जीना है, एक दूसरे के साथ जीना है. So it's a big deal. Just try and make it a little simpler. Good, it is more simple for you, more simple for the other person. There's more peace and harmony, more happiness, more unity, and it will be simpler. Life will get easier. All the mess that we have today can be sorted a little, and I think life थोड़ा easy हो जाएगा. तो क्या ही problem है ना? It's good. It's really good. So instead of showing ego, instead of I think ego is one thing that kills self-love, because you're just trying to portray something that is not reality. You're just trying to show yourself as something that उसके पास है तो मेरे पास भी है, उसने किया तो मुझे भी करना है, उसने लिया तो मुझे भी चाहिए. It's not like that. Just know yourself really well. Accept your flaws, accept your goodness, your looks, your health, your intellect, your situations, life situations, your parents or whoever that could be, or your kids mainly. Please accept and really try to, I would say, make harmony, make peace with each other. I think life is much simpler. There is a lot of beauty in life until we really want to find and live by it. So that is all I've got to say. And yes, one more point the lady mentioned in the video that I saw today, which is very different, which I said I wanted to mention, is lighting a love letter to yourself. Very weird, honestly. Any person might think, I know, when we were watching the video, my mother was like, that kind of expression she had. I know it could be weird for someone who might think you who's so stupid to write a letter to yourself, but I truly believe the people who believe and who have practiced and known that writing actually helps, please write a letter to yourself. If you were someone else whom you love, then how would you express your admiration to that person, how attracted you are to that person, how attached to you are to that person, how you cannot live without that person, how, you know, they say beauty in them, all those kind of things. So you just have to look at yourself, know yourself from within, and write a beautiful letter to yourself saying how much you love yourself and how much you thank yourself for being what you are and trying to be better version of yourself tomorrow. So I think, yeah, that's it.